Hello, everyone, and welcome to Computek College Learning Beyond Borders podcast with me, Aishwarya Ravishankar. I work as a marketing coordinator here at Computek College, and today I have with me a guest who is a student from one of our interesting programs from the Faculty of Technology. So it's called Computer Network and Cybersecurity Engineering Program, or it goes by CNCSC. So my guest for today is pursuing CNCSC program, and he is Kamal Chavda. Welcome, Kamal, to our show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Aishwarya. How about you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much for joining today.
No problem. And for let me take an opportunity to tell you that, or to thank you and management of Computek that giving me this opportunity to give my opinion on the college
Sure, sure. Sounds
and
good.
on the course too. Yeah.
Definitely, Kamal. So, absolutely. So, in this episode, we are going to explore more about your life as an immigrant coming from a different country, and how was your experience, studying at Computek College, and why did you choose the program, and many more interesting things. I hope it's going to be useful and beneficial for upcoming students and also
Sure.
for current students as well.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that you are an immigrant from a different country, and I am sure that you are from that country, but I want you yourself to say where you are from and when did you land in Canada.
Actually, I'm from India, Gujarat. If I say the particular place is from Ahmedabad, I came as an international student in 2009, and my first college was Seneca,
Mhm.
Newham campus. I pursue in business management. It was in a diploma, and then like most of the people know, like the struggle start for the permanent residence. So I had an like kind of job which was like supervisor and all kind of job, and yeah, then I became a permanent residence.
Mhm. Mhm. So
So
you came
that's
in
how it was started.
2009, right?
2009. Yeah, it's almost
Wow.
like 14 years now.
So you might have got your citizenship as well.
Yes, I did actually. Yeah,
You
just
did.
recently. Yeah, because in between, I don't had like much time to go through the whole process of the citizenship, and then you have to wait, and then the corona hit,
Mhm.
so it was everything was delayed. But I just recently got my citizenship. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So it's a long time. So I might not ask you this question, like how is Canada treating you, which I usually ask to a lot of immigrants because you've been living more than me. I just came here 2 years back, and you've been here for 14 years. So I'm pretty sure you're used to the weather, you're used to the culture and everything here. But tell me, how is your life so far in Canada?
So technically, if I see my whole journey, like I from 14 years I'm here, and I came here when I was 19. So it's almost like half half, like half in India and almost half in Canada, right? So Canada is treating really really well because I have like the I have two kids here, like
Mhm.
they both are like Canadian citizen, right? So so far going good, no complaints.
Awesome. That's great. Not many people would say that, right? Because some people, I've heard some people saying a lot of positive sides. Some people, they say a mix of positive and negatives, but I'm happy that you have a lot of positive side. Great.
Yeah, I had a good memories here. Like I came as a very young guy, didn't know much about the life, don't know how the world works outside the home, right? I was 19 years old, and then I got mature here. So the
Right.
where you get mature, you like that part, like
Exactly. Exactly. Because you're growing there,
Yeah,
right? You're growing in that country. But you came
yeah.
at a very young age, Kamal. So what made you come to Canada in the first place?
Well, at the time when I came here in Canada, the new it was not that like I can say it was not that popular in back home.
Mhm.
Like I think it was started like at that time. Like people were coming as an international student. They were applying for international like student visa, and when I came in this country, there were not much student in the college also. Like
Mhm.
I can count them on my fingertips. So,
Mhm.
and then at first I got an admission in the Markham campus. So
Mhm.
that was like really like I can see nobody, like no immigrant over there. But then I came to Newham, and in the second semester there were like a lot of Indian student. And then so from back home at that time, one of my close friend.
Mhm.
He immigrant from India to Canada, like with the family, not with the
Mhm.
as in student visa. So that gave me a thought that why should I not try this thing, you know?
Mhm.
And I was not doing much good in India too. Like I was just like I just completed my 12th grade and I was just looking for like what should I pursue in future, you know? That's why
Mhm.
I did like animation stuff, but
Mhm.
I was not that much interested in that. So
Mhm.
I just decided to give a chance to get an student visa and come to Canada. Yeah,
Awesome. That's interesting. So, you mentioned that you did something in animation back home, and then here you did something in business management, right? If I'm not wrong.
yes, yeah,
And then you chose Computech and you're studying a cybersecurity program, or in between, did you
correct.
do any other program as well?
No, not really, because I was busy getting my permanent residence stuff, and then for that you have to meet the criteria. You have to give ILTS, you have to be working in that field for a couple of years, and then once you meet that criteria, you are eligible for to get a permanent residence, right?
Mhm.
And before getting permanent residence, if you go for study, then the fee will be the same as an international student.
Exactly.
So I was thinking about let me take the permanent residence first, and then I will think about like second career.
Mhm.
And talking about cybersecurity, uh, I don't know what how the other people see the cybersecurity, but me myself personally, it's like interesting. It like
Mhm.
I don't know how to say, but it's fascinating. Like you
Mhm.
go, you do ethical hacking. That thing is far away for me to learn for
Mhm.
now because as you get into the course, you come to know like how it works, right? What
Right.
sort of things you need to learn, and then you can reach at that point
Mhm.
where you can learn ethical hacking and all that thing, right? But yeah,
Mhm.
it's like it's really interesting. I feel like I'm very much interested in like ethical hacking and all that stuff. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
I heard a lot about the the interesting stuff that people study here at Computek College. Be it ethical hacking that you mentioned, or be it like network
networking,
security, and
yes,
yeah, and a lot many stuff. But technology is always like a growing, and there is always going to be a demand in technology with
yeah,
the things that it's evolving. There's always going to be a demand, so we always
yeah.
have to keep ourselves updated with the growing trends as well. But Kamal, how did you get into Computek College? How do you came to know about Computech, and how do you know that this technology program exists in our college?
So first of all, I heard about this college somewhere. It was in my mind to get into contact with this college, but as I said previously, that I was really busy with my stuff, and at the same time, I was doing job also. So job home. In between that, I met a friend of mine. You can call him as a neighbor also. So he I think he himself or his wife. I'm not pretty sure about who took the course in that college, but they give me the reference of Suji.
So, Jeevan, our
Yeah,
education, our senior
yes,
education consultant.
yes. So I got in contact with him, and the best part of this course is I'm not sure about this course or the college, but it's like they have online course like
Mm-hmm.
you can study from home full time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then that thing like I was looking for like you can do whatever you want to do in the daytime, and then at the evening like it's vice versa. They have the class in the morning also and in evening also, so you
Mm-hmm.
can choose your batch.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole system was working the way I want to do it, right? So that's really helped. And then I got into contact with Suji, and I went. He gave me an appointment. Me and my wife went there, and we had a good like conversation. And then yeah, like he told me to bring couple of documents,
Mm-hmm.
and then cyber security was the thing I want to do from the long time. As
Okay.
soon as as soon as I came to know that what the course is related to, like what it is made for,
Mm-hmm.
then I decided somewhere in back of my mind, I decided that one day if I get my like future job in this field or not, but I want to do this course to
Mm-hmm.
just know what how it works, right? So then Suji told me like, yeah, it can be done, like you can get the admission into it. And because the first question was in my mind that you have to give an entrance exam,
Mm-hmm.
because I was even I will not take the name of that university, but I did an survey, like not the survey, but I inquired
Mm-hmm.
about the course in university also. So they told me that okay, you have to do this entrance test first. They will see that you have a knowledge in this field or not,
Right.
and then once you clear this college,
Mm-hmm.
this exam, then they will let you know that you
Whether
are
you
eligible.
qualify or not.
Yeah, you are eligible for that or not. And Suji also took the test, but fortunately I cleared the test, right? And then he told me that yes, you are eligible to get this course,
Mm-hmm.
or you can get admission in this course. Yeah. And
Okay.
then from, I think it's almost a year now. I started in last February. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Almost, yeah, almost a year now.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about the flexibility of classes, right? So like most of the classes are online and morning and evening batches, which is one of the convenient parts that I hear from not only you, from a lot many students, because most of the students that we have at Computech, they are either moms or dads, and irrespective of that, people have busy lives here. So to cope up with that, these online classes are really helpful. While
Yeah.
on the flip side, some people also think that we feel in-person classes are much more interactive. In-person classes, it gives the feel that we can actually meet people, have that connection and things like that. So what do you think? Do you think if we would have had in-person classes, will that would have been beneficial, or do you still think online classes work well?
Well, it's I can say about myself, like personally I like to do online classes at home. So I will tell you a couple of reasons behind that. So for example, you don't have to travel, you don't have to come back,
Right. It
right?
saves
That
time on
it
commute.
saves time. Plus, if you will go to the college, it's not like, let's say your classes are like for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna continue study for 4 hours, right? So for example, no, none, I that's what I believe. No, nobody, like none of the professor will teach you like straight 4 hours. They will
Mm-hmm.
treat, there is will be a topic, there are topics which need to be taken, like let's say one topic a day or two topic a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? So once the topic is delivered to you by the
Mm-hmm.
professor, it's
Mm-hmm.
your responsibility, right, to learn, whether you can learn at home or you can learn in the college, right?
But it's
So
your
for a,
responsibility.
it's your responsibility, right? So the benefit, if you are at home, like you can have your lunch or dinner, whatever, right? You can play around with your kids for some time, and then at, like, after that you can take that topic by yourself, and you can still, the professor is there, it's, he didn't went away, like he didn't like sign off from the classes, right? The professor is still there while you are working on your project or on your assignment. You can
You
communicate
can
with the
still ask
professor at the same
questions.
time.
You
Yeah.
can still, yeah, interact with the
Mean
professor.
at the
So
same time, you spend time with your family. If you are working in the daytime, you spend time with your family, meanwhile you are learning, and meanwhile you are having your daily stuff to be done. And then
mhm,
once the class is done, you don't have to travel back to your home and then get fresh and then go to sleep. No, you just wake up from your chair, right? You do your stuff and go to sleep, right?
exactly. So I think from your conversation, what I understand is like it has a lot of advantages, like online classes,
Advantage, yes.
a lot many advantages, and it can still overcome the drawbacks of not having in-person classes.
Yeah.
Because as you
Personal, like
mentioned, yeah,
personally
as you mentioned,
myself,
the
I like,
professors are
yeah,
still
on,
there, so you can ask your questions. So your peers will be there, so you can chat with them anytime, and you can make that
sure,
personal connections as well.
yeah. And the other thing my professor did is he made a WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay.
So I think he is available 24/7.
Oh, wow.
Because even sometime, some, I saw a couple of students, right? They even ask question on Saturday, Sunday also, but he replies. That's great of him.
Wow.
Like
And who is your instructor?
he Azhar
Azhar.
Muhammad. Yeah,
Mohammed
Azhar. Yeah,
Azhar.
yeah.
Nice.
He is a cool guy. He is so lenient. I really genuinely respect his patience. Like if I will be in his shoes, like I don't have that much patience, because the way he deal with the students, it's not easy.
Awesome. I think if
Yeah.
Azhar is watching, he might be definitely happy for what you're saying and complimenting him. I hear a lot of this from for Azhar and for other instructors as well. So kudos to them, especially our technology instructors.
Yeah, the best thing is he's very friendly. He's not like strict. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he is strict but not like the other way. Like, I will tell you an example. For example, uh, a professor or a teacher will give you a deadline. Let's say you have to submit your assignment on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he will be like, he's comfortable. Like, for example, if you submit on Tuesday, also you submit on Wednesday, but at least submit. Because
Correct.
I think he understand the part of, like, there are the most student in our batch are like parents, most of them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Like, because sometimes you can hear the background noise, like a kid is crying or some coco melon is going on the TV. So
Exactly. So it's
he
not
he
like
told.
the situation is not like a regular college or like a regular student who's just now finished the bachelor's and then doing the master's. It's not like that, right? We
No,
are
no,
we are
no, no, no. He if I talk about Azhar, he know I think he himself is a parent, and he knows
correct.
how it works, right? But he
Correct.
never, he encouraged the student. He pushed them to
Mhm.
just do whatever, like, it need to be done. Even he goes out and tell them, if you need any, like, help about the
Mhm.
assignment,
Mhm.
just talk to each other. Like, if you don't want to ask me, talk
Mhm.
to the student internally. You can work that way also, but do it.
Mhm. Mhm. That's
Yeah.
nice. That's
he
interesting.
he's
So
a he's a really good professor.
great. So let's talk about projects. So have you had a chance to work on any projects? Do you want to specify any specific projects that you have done, and how interesting was it? Would you like to talk about it?
I didn't did any project, but if you are talking about the assignment and the
Mhm.
class exercise, then yes, there are a lot of assignments. There is a lot of class exercise, but it's not like, how can I explain? It's not like all, mostly it's not like theories.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to do practical stuff on
Practical.
the Cisco packet raiser, right? And the server. And then you have to just configuration, and just you have to do the configuration, take the screenshot, the snipping tool, right? And then make a PowerPoint, and
Mm-hmm.
just you have to submit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you have to do lots of research about the class exercise and assignment. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a theory. Like, theory is there, but the
Mm-hmm.
most of the thing is practical. For example,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you configuring a server.
Mm-hmm.
So there are like hundreds thing in server.
Mm-hmm.
So you, one day one topic. So
Mm-hmm.
you take that topic, you configure in your own system, you take like screenshot, and then you make a PowerPoint and submit to the portal. Like, they have the dashboard, right? Like, I call it blackboard. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to submit on the blackboard and you get graded. So
Okay.
that will helpful, that will be helpful to you right now also,
Mm-hmm.
because if the second topic is related somewhat to the first topic, then you have
Mm-hmm.
the PowerPoint to take advice or to take a suggestion from that thing or the configuration, and then you can apply on the second project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that how it works. You make in PowerPoint and then you submit to the portal. Yeah.
Correct. So most part is, as you said, it's practical, which is great, right?
Correct.
So you can apply and you can learn real time, which is awesome.
Yes. And then if you will save it, that will also help in future,
Mm-hmm.
because IT is very, like, very vast. Like, it's a big thing. So
Mm-hmm.
there is no chance that a person can remember everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you can take an example, or you can take a reference from your assignment, and you
Mhm.
can do the work need to be done.
Definitely. So the more you practice, the more you remember, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah,
That
yeah.
kind of stuff. Okay. So from our conversation, I also understand that you have a lot of interest in learning,
Yes,
especially like tech topics. So
yes.
from the program that you're learning, do you have anything like which is of great interest to you, which is like very interesting, and it's like more to learn on that topic? Is there any such topic?
As my course goes on, I, every day I get interested in new topic. Before, so as the first, when my course started, the
Mhm.
server was the topic.
Mhm.
And it was interesting. I want to be like I want to be a server admin, it's very interesting, like policies you give, user access, deny, and all that thing, right?
Mhm.
That was really interesting. So now, as I learned the Cisco packet razor, now I'm interested in networking. So
Mhm.
I am interested in everything, like, but Cisco packet razor is really interesting because uh first you have to communicate with the, like you have to configure the routers, you have to
Mhm.
configure the switch, you have to configure the servers, right, and everything, like the client machine. And
Mhm.
so that is the topic right now I'm much interested in,
Mhm.
the Cisco packet razor. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounds interesting to me as well. Although I'm from a completely non-tech or non-IT background,
Hmm.
so I wish I could learn this as well in the future, hopefully.
Yeah,
So
so
yes, Kamal, let's move on to the most interesting part or the most difficult part for at least for some people, finding first job in Canada. So, do you have any insights on how challenging it's, finding a first full-time job in Canada and how we can navigate those challenges? Do you have any strategies that have worked for you, or if not, what are your plans?
so for you talking about particularly for this field, or you talking about my past experience?
You can talk about anything. You can talk even about your past experience, or you can talk about your current scenario as well. Anything works.
My past, like when I had a job, like I work in customer service, like I had a supervisor job also. At that time, at that point, it was not that difficult because the jobs were, a lot of jobs were available in the market. Like they were just, I like, I get that kind of offers also. Just submit your resume and you will get a job. Like I
Mhm.
had that time also, but now, as I'm going in this professional things, like let's say for IT field, right,
Mhm.
and even in the manager position for any, like small businesses, right, like let's say for car rental place, let's say for mechanic shop and all that, right. But the competition is more now. Best for the past, like the competition is more. But
Definitely.
I have like a couple of friends in IT field. Like
Mhm.
one of my friend is a software engineer, another friend is in the security, like he's in a good company. So he told me that if you are, if you have a confidence, if you have a knowledge about the topic which they ask you for, then you don't have to worry about, like, make sure, prepare yourself, be confident, and express yourself, like you will be able to do that, done the work done which they gives you. If you are confident enough, then you don't have to worry about whether you're gonna get the job or not. If
Mhm.
if the first person will not give you job, the second person will give you job, but you will learn how the interview works, right. And
Exactly.
even Azar told that same thing. Let's say for example you don't clear like 5 interview, but at the sixth interview you know like what they're gonna ask you.
Mhm.
So it's all about the knowledge, it's all about the confidence. And plus, some of the people they say that you need to have an experience in this field.
Mhm.
But I want to see, like, really that thing is there, like really you need the experience or you need the confidence.
Mhm.
Because
Definitely. So maybe we will have.
for example, if you go to the interview, you have the whole knowledge, like how the router works, how the switch work, everything. But if you cannot deliver, the
Mhm.
person will not himself will have confidence in yourself, like, if I will give the job, whether he will able to do it or not, right.
Mhm.
So yeah, that I think it will be a little bit challenging, but let's hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great tip, what you have given. We should have that perseverance and also knowledge from the past, which we should apply. I also remember or recollect a proverb which says, like, making mistakes is not a problem, but making the same mistake again is a problem,
It's a
right?
problem, yes.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think what you have said is definitely right. And when you hopefully get a job in your field, we will definitely do a podcast again on your
sure,
experience. How did you get the job and all those stuff? Because
sure,
I think that'll be definitely useful for our students and audience who are watching.
for
So
sure.
I think I'd like to end the podcast by asking one last question to you, Kamal. I think you're the right person to ask this question because you've been here for 14 years here in Canada. So as you might have seen, like a lot of immigrants who are coming to Canada day by day. But at the same time, there is a lot of reverse immigration which is happening as well, which means people are going back, right? It means they are giving up on something. It necessarily doesn't mean they are giving up, but in some cases, like, people do give up because they feel Canada is challenging, Canada is difficult, Canada is not for me, I'm not able to find a job, the expenses are so high, and many other reasons. But what do you think are the tips that you want to give as a person who's living here for a long time, for new immigrants and for people who want to stay here for a long time but sometimes they end up going back? Do you have any tips for them?
I will suggest them to do their research.
Mhm.
For example, if they are making good in India, let's say for example, if they are making Indian currency 1 or 2 lakh a month,
Mhm.
right? There are people who are making that much
Yeah.
money in back home, and they still want to come to Canada. I
Mhm.
will suggest them to come here, not as a permanent base. Just come here on visitor visa. If they get visitor visa, just
Mhm.
come here, look around, just stay for 1 month, do your research. If your family member or friends are here, ask them. Don't think that they came here, now they are telling me not to come here because they already are there,
Yeah.
that's not the case. Like, work on it. And if you are talking about the immigration, migration, then, like, if two or three are going, 2000 are coming. 2000 students are coming, two or my 3 or 4 people are going back. So I don't think it's that bad. You can still come here. That's my own suggestion to you. Like, you
Mhm.
can do your own research,
Mhm.
but you can still come here. You will find a good job, then you will like it. But if you think here saying think if you come here and thinking that way, like, oh, I will go to Canada and then my life is set on the second day, no.
No.
You have to struggle. You have to go through couple of things. The main important thing is emotional.
Mhm.
Emotionally, you have to be very strong. You cannot miss food, you cannot miss family, and you cannot miss the social life in India. If
Correct.
you are good at these three things, you will be okay here. Eventually, when you stay here, you make friends, you go out, you get socialized. You will have new social life in, because you are coming in another country, you will have new
Right.
social life in
Mhm.
Canada, right? So it's all depend upon your mindset. It's all depend upon on your approach, how you approach the life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that is really great, and those are nice and short and practical tips, I would say. So, I really enjoyed this podcast, sitting with you, Kamal,
Me too.
and understanding your journey as a newcomer, how your life started, and how you navigated all those challenges, and how you are in a position that you are today. So, thank you so much for your time
Me
again.
too.
And thank you so much for participating in the podcast and sharing all your knowledge with us. I really hope audience or the people who are watching, especially students, be it like prospective students or any current students, I really hope they enjoyed as well and they have a lot of things to take away from this podcast. Thank you once again, Kamal. I hope to see you next time with your job
Sure.
again in Computex Learning Beyond Borders podcast. Thank you so much.
No
If you
problem. See
like
ya.
this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. That way, you show us the support and motivate, and it'll motivate us to more such interesting and useful videos. Thank you so much. Until I see you next time, it's Aishwarya signing off with Kamal.
Thank you.